This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello and welcome to The Big Fight. There's a very strong national mood right now against corruption and in favor of catching everybody who is in any way associated with corruption and throwing them into jail and pretty much throwing away the keys after that. And there have been a number of extremely high-profile arrests in the last few months. Many people who found themselves in jail now for quite a few months and who are repeatedly being denied bail. Let's just refresh our memories. Here are just some of the people who've been in jail for some time. Now, there are some people who are asking a different question. Is justice really being served? Or at the end of the day, should we be careful about how much we are punishing people who are still not being proven to be guilty, who are still under trials? And of course, a second issue which then comes in is why only focus on the high-profile cases? There are hundreds of thousands of ordinary young men and women who are under trials, who've been in prison for months, sometimes for years, without ever getting justice. That's the entire issue we're going to turn our attention to today, and a fantastic panel to help us come to terms with this. I'm going to start off by welcoming Mr. Jaswant Singh, former External Affairs Minister, the person who has perhaps kicked off this particular debate by asking whether all of these people really should be still in jail. Also welcoming us right here in the studio, Mukul Rohatgi, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, who's a representative of Vivek Goenka, who's the MD of Swan Telecom. Prahlad Kakkar has been one of those who's been very vociferous from the... There's been a lot of middle-class angst in particular, and Prahlad, you've been one of the people who's been arguing for exemplary punishment for the people who are corrupt. Tavleen Singh, columnist and author, great to have you with us as well. Mr. A.A. Khan, former police commissioner of Mumbai. Anu Narula, lawyer who's done a lot of work with poor under trials in Tihar. Surya Prakash Lunkar, CEO of CatalystIndia.net, has done a lot of work in the entire area of incarceration. And we are also being joined from Chennai by somebody whose, political party has been perhaps the highest profile politicians, if you don't also include Mr. Kalmadi, belong to the DMK, Mr. T.K. Elangovan, spokesperson of the DMK, joining us on this program. But I want to start off first by going to Mr. Jaswant Singh. Sir, you've really started off a debate with comments that should we really be punishing people in the way that we do until they have actually been proven to be guilty? What exactly is your view? Do you think many of the people who've been in prison for a while should therefore get bail till their cases are processed?
That's a great jurist, a renowned jurist saying it. In simple terms, don't judge a person, a citizen, as guilty and put him in jail till you have actually found him as guilty. In this case, of course, these are all well-known figures that we are talking of, and therefore they draw media attention. But in the vast spread that is India, consider for a moment about the tyranny that our citizens suffer from the police, where they get locked up, thrown into the small thanas and forgotten. No bail is available to them, neither any judicial process.
All right. Mr. Elangovan, is that essentially what you have been arguing for and what the DMK has been perhaps trying to talk to the central government about, give them bail until they have actually been proven to be guilty, even someone like Mr. Raja, against whom there's lots of evidence.
No, that's right. See, now many thousands of people under trials are in prison, languishing in prisons for a period more than what should have been awarded as a punishment to them. In this case, when people are cooperating with the investigation, people are cooperating with the prosecution, at least they should be given bail, granted bail.
But the point, Mr. Elangovan, is that unlike many of the poor people who may not have the ability to influence the course of justice, in this case, whether it is Mr. Raja, whether it is Kanimozhi, whether it is Suresh Kalmadi for that matter, they are powerful people who could interfere with the investigation, is the counterpoint to what you've just said.
See, I'll tell you one thing, whether these people can directly do it or not, now that they are in prison, only shows that they have not influenced the trial.
Right.
So there is no question of influencing. They are in prison, they are languishing in prison, bail rejected. See, they are not, as they represent big political parties. It is not that an individual's influence over the proceedings. It is the party. If at all there could be any influence, that can be made by the party itself.
Okay.
So there is no question of influencing the trial.
Okay.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.